I know, because I've seen Arsenal have said that you followed all the protocols. So what you're saying is maybe a concussion substitute would have really helped on Sunday and going forward if that situation happened again.
Well, that you have any doubt at any moment and you need an extra 2 minutes or 5 minutes to check somebody, maybe we can think about that, because obviously you are, after 5 minutes you have to make a decision to find a shot. The player is really pushing you. He's talking about everything. David was constantly asking about Raul. He went to see Raul. He was totally conscious all the time about the situation. The player wants to carry on playing, and the doctor has ticked all the necessary boxes to be certain that the player is okay to continue. So if we have any extra doubts, okay, we give them a little bit more time if necessary. But you cannot play as well 10, 15 minutes with 10 men in football.
Bring that rule in now? What's stopping you bring that rule in now?
I don't know. It's just a suggestion. You want to be extra careful and extra conscious, and I don't know. Maybe it's an option.
Could David play on Sunday against Tottenham?
I think he will be fit to play if the scar is healing properly and he's comfortable heading the ball. It shouldn't be any problems.
Okay. Fans back tomorrow. How excited are you? How excited are the players?
It's going to be extraordinary to have them back. It's going to feel strange. The club has done an amazing work to try to facilitate everybody in short notice to be able to attend to the stadium. I'm sure it's going to work really good. And feeling sorry as well for thousands of fans that I'm sure that they can make it and they're not going to be able to be there.
Do you think, I know it's only a couple, but do you think possibly in a couple of months you could be looking at maybe 10,000 at the Emirates? Because I know you say Arsenal put a lot of work in.
I don't know, the way the pandemic is developing. Before we thought it was only a 2 weeks lockdown. We found ourselves 3-4 months. Who knows how it's going to develop. But what we can do as a club, we will do our maximum. Obviously, that would be ideal for us.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. It was a difficult day, obviously, regarding Raul Jimenez and David Luiz, but also it was another defeat. How worried are you about the team's lack of form right now?
Well, I'm really worried with the results and the margins with that we are losing games. Because when we analyze the games afterwards, why we are losing these football games when they are so tight. There is a reason that sometimes you win it and sometimes you lose it, but we need to recover that. Sometimes it's a lack of confidence in certain moments. The goals we conceded as well probably is not our standards, and then obviously the goals that we need to score to win football matches more consistently. And when you compare what Wolves did and what we did in a normal set scenario, we should not lose that game.
When you look on paper, the forward players, the attacking players you have, lack of goals should never be a problem. Yet it is this season. I mean, I think you're averaging a goal a game almost in the Premier League, but everybody else seems to be scoring so many more. Can you understand why that's happening, or is it even a bit perplexing for you?
Well, there are many factors. You compare the Premier League with Europa, it's been different. But as well, if you look in the last few years, how the team has shared the goals in the Premier League, it's been quite limited. And that's not an issue that is happening now, it's an issue that is happening for years. And that has to be resolved. So to put almost 80% of that responsibility to one man is not fair. And as a team, we have to resolve that. We get into a lot of situations. Sometimes the service is not right, sometimes the timing is not right, sometimes the last execution is not right. But as a team as well, there are certain things that we have to do better. But again, it's coming from a long way. We've been winning matches, producing similar numbers, but being very efficient. And that sometimes is a state of energy, a state of mind, a state of confidence that you are doing everything right. When it gets the moment, boom, you hit it, and that ball doesn't go in the post, or if it goes in the post, it goes in. And that's the difference. And that's football at the end. It's about the cohesion and the energy and belief of a team. And when you lose games, that gets touched, and that's as well one of the beauties of this sport and how you react against that adversity.
Finally, from me, how you used to play, and you'd probably played in teams whereby the striker was dominant. I mean, Thierry Henry was dominant at Arsenal when he scored the goals. How can you spread these goals around? Because if it doesn't start happening soon, you're going to lose touch with the top six in the Premier League, and then when the fans do come back, the season will be not effectively over, but it'll be difficult for you to recover.
I never think about the future in a negative way, and I try to work as hard as possibly can to believe that it's going to get changed tomorrow. I think it's the first time in the Premier League that we put 33 crosses. I'm telling you, we do that more consistently, we're going to score more goals. We will put the bodies that we had in certain moments in the game in that box. It's maths, pure maths, and it will happen. It's how consistently we can do that with one level of quality. So there we are. We will keep trying, don't worry.
Cheers, Mikel. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Question to Mr. Arteta. What do you expect from Rapid different to the first game in Vienna?
I think nothing different. I think we know each other much better now after the first game, where we had periods where we had difficulties to attack them the way they set up. I saw a really committed team, really going into every challenge, really focused. They were hard to beat. They went ahead as well after we conceded a goal, and the team had a really good reaction after that. So they need to win, and I'm expecting that they come here with the aim to make it difficult and come here trying to win the game again.
Thank you.
Okay. Of course, everyone is talking about the Tottenham game more because the Tottenham game is more important. How serious do you take the game tomorrow? And which, of course, you won't say that the starting 11, but is it a chance to gain self-confidence tomorrow? What's the goal from Arsenal for tomorrow? Because
we
it's
face every
important
game with the respect and the necessity as well that we have at the moment. We've been really consistent in other competitions apart from the Premier League. I think we played 16 competitive games this season. We've won 10, lose 5 and draw 1, all of them in the Premier League, and we cannot treat any game differently. Our aim is to go there tomorrow. We have a really bad taste for losing the game against both. We have to put it right, and the best way to do it is playing at your best level and winning full matches.
Thank you.
Thanks, Raina.
It's a really good performance, and we have to win the game.
Callum Chambers is now fit, having played just once, I think, since you took over last year. Is he in contention to play tomorrow at all?
Well, he's evolving really good. He's played some minutes with the under-23s in recent weeks. It's been a long injury. You know that injury takes a long time to get your body, your biomechanics completely natural to compete. But I would say that now he's very close to returning to play.
How impressed have you been with his recovery? And obviously you actually played alongside him at one point. So would you say he's had a few bad injuries over the years? Have they stopped him from developing into what could have been a first choice defender for club and for country maybe?
Well, he got injured against Chelsea, if I remember correctly. And he was starting the game. He was having a really good time. I think his performances were much more stable. He was growing in confidence. He matured a lot from his spells on loan at different clubs as well. And then he's a fantastic character. He went through the injury in an incredible way. Everything that is involved with him, doing the rehab, doing training, talks incredible things about him. He's such a nice guy, character to have around. And then he's a player that we can utilize in different positions, which is really helpful as well for any squad. So we wanted to have him back, and as I said, I think he's very close.
Thanks, Mark. We'll go to Art DeRoche from Yata.
So obviously since we've come back to football after the most recent international break, Arsenal have been playing mostly with a back four, and it's not the first time you've done that. We've seen that in June when you played against Brighton and Man City, but you changed to the back three. Is there a case of being more comfortable in that system now, or are you still looking for the right pieces to fit that puzzle?
No, but that discussion between the back 4 and 3 is depending on the phase of the play that we are in one formation and another, and with the same players we can do it in one way or the other. I understand your question. I think depends a little bit as well about the opponent, how they set up, what they do, what their strengths are, where we can get caught and where we can hurt them. But it doesn't really change much from 5 to 4. There is only in one phase that we change something. The rest, it's always the same.
So with players like Callum Chambers that you just mentioned that are able to play in those different positions, so maybe Bukayo Saka coming inside from those left areas, does that help even more with your plans for maybe switching between a 4 and a 5 at different phases in the game?
Yeah, it gives you some adaptability, because even Callum playing in a back 4 as a right back, you want to use him after in a back 3 to do certain things. He's very comfortable in that area. You win some heights, you win other characteristics that are different to, for example, Hector or Cedric in that position. Yeah, at the end, depends on the players. The players have to be in position and they are comfortable, they can fill in and they can give you the maximum performance.
And the final one from me, last week, Alexandre Lacazette played a little bit deeper where he was linking play with Reece Nelson and Nketiah. Is that something we can expect to see a little bit more, or was that just a little bit of an experiment from you?
No, obviously we wanted to play a team where we had the two strikers, and a way to do it with the qualities of Eddie and Laka was to drop Laka a little bit in situations and zones that he's very comfortable doing, while Eddie is more as a pure 9, and it's something that we can use as well in the present and the future.
Cheers.
Thanks, Art.
Go hand in hand with you. Obviously now it's been a struggle, recent results in the Premier League. Has there been any sort of change from this process? Have you, I don't know, sort of team meetings, post-mortems, that sort of thing, just to get everyone's opinion on why they think things are going wrong in the league, or is it you still stick into that process and confident it'll come good?
A process has to be reviewed constantly with what you do, with what we are trying to achieve, why things are working, why they're not, or if things are working, our results are not working. I think just to focus on one thing, you can get carried away and not look from the focus that is needed. I was certain that we're going to have moments of adversity, and they are necessary, and you learn a lot from moments of adversity. The challenge of moment of adversity, and in this industry, is how you react to them. If you become impatient, if you get frustrated and you share that frustration, and that obviously brings a big lack of confidence, or if you maintain the purpose and the aim. For me, the dream that I have, with the love I have for this football club, to achieve the level that this club deserves and build the project that it takes, believe me, it takes time. And this is not a month or 3 months. This is time and time and time, and a lot of good decisions and a lot of support. And this is where we are, and I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight all the way through, because I believe that we can do it, going through difficult periods, seeing who responds and who doesn't, and how we react, as well as a club through different periods, and how we stick together when the things are not going well. Because when the things are going well, it's easy. It's easy. Everybody wants to be there in the front page, in the front of the TV, celebrating and being part of something. But unfortunately, at the moment, we are not that good. And the lines are really thin. And we need to be really humble and understand that these thin lines, but if we do it, we can compete against any team. And we've shown that, and we've shown what happened in the last 5 years against certain teams, and what we've been doing against big teams in the last 12 months. And it's not because of me or something, it's because the belief, the trust, and as well the response that every player had in their reaction. And it's not any surprises that we can compete against any team, but our reality today as well is that we can lose against any team. And Wolves, with what they did, they won against us. And it happened the same with Leicester. With which margin, who deserved more or less, at the end of the day, we lost. And we lost for certain things that have to be corrected straight away. But unfortunately, sometimes they take time.
We've heard that Gabby Martinelli could be back playing this month, potentially for the under-23s. And we all saw how special a talent he was
when he broke through last season. How much of a difference do you think he could make to this side when he's back? And where do you see him fitting in when he's fit again?
Gavi is another one that even in a moment of adversity, you see him training, and everything he brings and contributes to the team, his energy, his passion, his motivation, he's translating everything, positive emotions to everybody. And he tries and goes again, and he wants to score a goal, and he's ruthless in training in every single action. So the more players you have to add that, the more stuff you have to add that, at the end that gets translated to what happens in the football pitch. And over time, you will be stable. So Gavi is another one that, just with his presence, brings something different to the team. And we need players like him.
There's lots of expectation on him, though. I think because he's been out for so long and everyone remembers how good he was, everyone thinks he's going to come back and hit the ground running. Is that fair after such a big injury and how young he is, or does that need to be lowered?
Time is the key word in this industry, and nobody's going to give you time. The moment a ball doesn't go in the net and you lose a football match, you're going to question all the rest. So with Gavi it's the same. Now he needs time. He's done it for a period of time or in certain moments throughout a game. Consistently for 3 years, for 2 years, for a year, he's never done it. I'm sorry. He's never done it. So we cannot put that pressure on him. It's like with Bukayo, with our young players that we have. They never done it in this career. Why are you expecting to do it today? And in which environment? In which context? So patient. And he's a positive guy to be back on the team. Yes, because he's such a character as well.
Thanks, Joel.